guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I got a set of Artify alcohol markers in their skin tone set. The reason I did the skin tones, because you're probably like, wow, that's random. As you know, I've been collecting Copics. I already have the 120 brush and chisel nib set from Ohuhu along with their new pastel set. However, I have run low on skin tones, and since I cannot purchase the skin tone set for Copic because like my 72 count set has a few of those in there, so I'd be doubling up, and I don't feel like open stocking them just yet, I decided, you know what, I was going to buy the Ohuhu skin tone set, but then I thought, well, some of those I've already used, some I still have in my set, so why not try a different brand? So I was in need of a skin tone set, and Artify had one, and I've always wanted to try the Artify brand. So they came bubble wrapped, and I'm literally opening these with you guys. So one thing that kind of intrigued me about Artify is instead of the canvas case like Ohuhu, which is flimsy and all over the place, this is a plastic case, and it even has a handle. Now that handle, I'm not sure I would totally trust it, but either way, it's cool because it has a case. Kind of reminds me of when you buy Copics in their, 72 count set. So this is the 24. You just snap it open right there, and the lid pops right off. Okay, so they actually give you a cute little swatch card. I am going to swatch these with you. I just want to do this little unboxing. And you know what? Instead of using my normal swatch chart, I might just use this one, because then I can just fold it, set it in here. But also this is a thick cardstock, so I might do that. So taking a look, now it does have a colorless blender included in that. Whatever. I mean, I rarely use them, but I guess I'll just have a pile of colorless blenders. So as you can see, they're all laid out here. They are not in color order. However, they're also not in order of the swatch chart, but I'm looking R400, or I mean, yeah, Y400. Where's Y400? Hello. Oh, okay, Y400, Y4112. It's hard to say. They may be in color order on this sheet. We'll find out when we swatch them. But we have, so just the number, kind of remind me of the Cali art markers. And then let's see. Oh, okay, so just like other brands, they have the gray line indicating brush. That's a pretty good looking brush nib. We'll see how it actually works when we use it. Ooh, okay. One thing is these are triangular, and you cannot get your cap on unless you line it with the triangle. Just FYI. And then we got a chisel tip. Rarely use it, but it's there. And so yeah, I wish they had color names. But you know what? When Ohuhu first started out, they didn't have color names and everyone loved them, so I don't really judge things for that. Copics, no one tells you, like when they're coloring with Copics, no one says the name. They give you the color code and number. So is this a big deal? No. I am curious, however, because Y would mean this is a yellow base. R would be a red base. So I am kind of curious how theirs work out and if theirs are on point. Ohuhu's over the years have been kind of all over the map when it comes to color coordinating. So I would like to check that out, but it looks like a good array, including we have some dark skin tones. So I can make a really pretty caramel skin tone. And that's one thing I was looking for, is because a lot of the skin tone sets are light, fair skin. I want caramel, I want dark skin. So I do see some dark colors, but I want to swatch them and see kind of how they look, because obviously you can't assume this is the actual color. So what we'll do is we'll sit down and swatch these out and then kind of go from there. Okay, wanted to get you guys down closer so you could see. And like I said, in the case, they're not in order. I'll put them in order after the fact, I guess. So let's get that out of the way. Okay, so we need to find Y400, which is this one here. Tight cap, which is always a good sign. Very smooth, actually. Cool thing though, I mean, it's kind of a pain to get your cap back on with the triangle because it looks round, so you're like, ah, but it's not gonna roll off my desk, so bonus there. Okay, so that was the 400. We need 412. Yeah, and this is only a 24 set, and I can't find them. No, here we go. That's a lot darker. Hey, sort of, but not quite. All right, Y434. And I will be able to put them back in order in the case because the case does hold them pretty steady. It's a pretty color. Y511. So yeah, we should be able to put them back in the case, and then that's just where I would store them. And because the lid locks in place, I can store it on its side, which is how you should store alcohol markers. 600. Oh, before I go any further, this is not a review. This is just my first impressions and kind of just showing you what these are about. I don't think I'm going to do a review on these. I will say though, this nub is a little harder than the Ohuhu, but I don't mean that in a negative way. With Ohuhu, I have noticed I have trouble staying in the line sometimes. 623. But it's because their nib is longer and bendier, if that's the right word. Whereas this one, look at that. I have a lot more precision with this one, and it's not gooping a ton of ink. But see, I was able to go. So this nib feels to me closer to a Copic. Let's see, 648. Because that is one thing I love about Copics is the control I feel like I have with their nib. It's pretty close actually. Once that dries, it will lighten up. Y800. Oh, there it is. That's a very light one. It's kind of like a gray. Very nice. We're off to a good start. 822. So why did I want to try Artify? They've been around for a little bit, and they've had the brush nib, which is rare in cheaper markers. Arteza has raised their price. You know, they used to have the Arteza Everblend, and now they added the word Ultra, and then hacked up the price, and I was like, oh sweet, that must be their brush nib. No, it's still a bullet nib. What are you doing, Arteza? So Arteza has kind of like gone down on my list of brands I'm interested in, because I'm not sure what the heck is going on over there. Honestly, they just pretty much repackaged their Everblend, raised the price, and didn't even include a brush nib. So I've been kind of looking for, you know, alternatives to Copic. I'm still planning to buy all the Copics, but I mean, that is one heck of a investment. So I had seen Artify and I wanted to try them out. And the reason Copics are, you know, the gold standard, if you will, excuse me, it's not the ink. I mean, the construction is pretty nifty, but it's not even that. Copics, it is their brush nib. Their nib is very unique. It's not found on these budget brands. They are refillable, you know, and you can replace the nib. So while you invest it first, you know, they pay off in the long run. But also, it's their color ranges. So it's not the ink itself, because honestly, most alcohol inks, there's nothing super special per se. I mean, every company has their own itty bitty changes, but what really makes a marker stand out is the nib and the material in that nib, the refillability, availability, open stock, you know, things like that that help you prolong the use of a single marker. So you pay a lot up front with Copic, but then you get a lot back in the end, and that nub is just a freaking dream. You can blend anything. But also, Copic put a lot of thought into their colors. So they made sure that you could make gradients. I mean, their colors make sense. Whereas some of these budget brands, their colors are so far apart that blending them together becomes really difficult, you know, or requires a lot more skill. Whereas Copic, you know, they make it a little easier because they have so many shades. It's like, what, 300 plus? So that's their edge, you know. They are open stock, they're refillable, yada yada. Artify, however, I'm not sure they're open stock. I'd have to look into that. Again, this is not a review. I'm just saying, hey guys, watch me swatch these and let's check them out. I don't know if it's Artify that you can refill or Artix. I'm pretty sure Artify are refillable. I'm gonna have to double check on that for you guys. I'll put it in the description below after I look into it. R401. Oh, it's right in front of me. But yeah, I just wanted to see like what their nib was about and their color ranges. You know, because that's one thing I like about Ohuhu. They're not quite open stock yet. I say quite because it looks like they're trying to come out with that. But their colors blend blend together well. They don't have refills yet, but they could in the future. Their nib is the only thing I have an issue with, but it is reversible. It's just, it's extra smushy. Like, you can't stand the lines very well. So it gets kind of obnoxious. That's why I was curious about the nib on this one. And I mean, I am looking at this nib and it is awesome. Very precise. Very impressive, actually. I'm not gonna do the Colorless Blender. Okay, so let me put you up above. Better angle, better lighting. So, we got jet black. Okay. Color-wise, we've got awesome colors to add some pinky cheeks and just add, you know, accents. But yeah, look at these browns. This is actually a very good selection of browns for 24 set. They do have a lot of fair skin tones, yes, oops. But overall, this is perfect because a lot of these colors I've run out of in my Ohuhu, or they're on the brink of, like, you're starting to get streaks. So you're like, oh no! And then I do have few colors similar in my Copics that are full, like a color like that and that one. But this is what I was looking for exactly. I just wanted to try it out. They have a few bigger sets, but you know, after trying this, I think I'm going to buy their other sets and check them out because this nib is not like the Ohuhu one. It's hard to explain. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll grab all my brands of alcohol markers and just do like a comparison. But I am kind of bummed that 24 included the Colorless Blender. It would have been good if it was 24 and a Colorless Blender. So I feel I kind of got shafted on a marker. because a lot of brands, it's X colors plus Colorless Blender, whereas this one, I just got this that I'm not going to use. So, alrighty. But overall, the nib is great. The precision of that nib, I instantly could tell it was way different than the Ohuhu. And then from there, alcohol markers are alcohol markers. It's all down to using the right paper and technique. But yeah, I'm going to put these in order in my nifty case. And you know what? I think I am going to buy the other sets. Now, I don't know if these colors are in their other sets. Ohuhu does have some of their skin tones in their bigger sets, so you kind of double up. But considering these are pretty cheap, I can't remember what I paid for them. I'll put a link in the description below, but they were ridiculously cheap, so I didn't mind buying them. But seeing this, I am now rather intrigued and ready to try out their bigger sets that are, you know, other colors. And there was another brand out there that, oh, Artify. I think that's the name of it. Okay, that's what I'm getting confused. So we have Artify, and I think it's Art and Fly. Wow, that's really confusing. I think it's Art and Fly that's refillable. So these might not be. I'll have to double check on that. But either way, like I said, this isn't a review. This is just me checking out these skin tones, seeing the variety, seeing how the nib works. But now that I've seen this nib, I actually want to go buy the rest. I'm going to buy the rest. Oh my gosh. My plan of not buying anything before I move might be broken. But thanks guys for checking these out with me. If you have the Artify skin tone or one of their bigger sets, leave a message for me in the comments below and let me know your thoughts, and you know, if you've used them along with Ohuhu's and if you've noticed that the nib seems a lot more controllable. I'd definitely like to hear some opinions, especially because I might be diving into the larger set, but before I do, let me know what you think if you've been using these for a while. So thanks guys for swatching along and checking these out with me. Until next time, take care.